Hello, I'm giving an update on myself, on my week's progress. 2 weeks ago, like a week and a half ago, I was on vacation. So, I was eating out a lot, but I was also exercising while I was doing that and basically sticking to one meal a day. Last week, I was back at home and, just back on my normal routine, watching my calories. Eating the foods that I would normally eat, not eating out as much as I did when I was on vacation. So actually down 2 pounds. I didn't exercise like I did on vacation, but I think last week I did go out maybe for a walk like two different occasions last week. So that's the update on myself. But one other thing happened today. I was so focused, so set on just having a great day. Sticking to my calories, eating my food. Always making sure that I'm having the foods that I enjoy. But then one student had a birthday party. A birthday today. Her birthday was today, and she brought donuts and chips and just like fruit for the teachers to share with the teachers. So I did take some, but I just had to adjust my calories. So basically, I had to go back in to the calorie counter and enter those things that I did eat. It all worked out for me. Like I didn't, like take everything. I just took, a couple things more than I should have, but still, it worked out. So I'm really happy and excited to even report that I just made the adjustment. It was on the fly. I thought the day was kind of gonna be blown, but it wasn't. So I'm glad that I stayed within my calorie range. Even had my lunch, came home, had my dinner. I'm good. I'm done. That's it. So, like I said, or maybe I didn't say, enjoy this video. I'm really excited about it. It's it's an interview with one of my friends, Angela Alexander. So stay tuned. I know you're going to get a lot of good wisdom and insight from it. So listen carefully. All right. So today I am interviewing Angela Alexander. Angela, can you tell us a little bit about who you are?
Hello, Larissa. It is so good to see you, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of your podcast. I am Angela Alexander. I am wife of one and mom of two. So my
Okay.
husband's name is Kenny, and I have two sons, Jalen and Evan. Um, I am an author of three books and two journals. And this season of my life, I feel my best. Title is encourager. And so I have been doing just a lot of that here lately. And so, yeah, that's what I'll
Sorry, thank you for sharing that with us.
sure.
Your books. Could you name your books quickly, please, so we can know where to find them, or
Sure. So I have a book of poetry called An Inner Reflection. I have a children's book called Alex Goes to the Circus. And I have a book of encouragement called Don't Miss It. And in two journals, words of wisdom for my son. And the purpose of the journal is they're gift journals. And so it's something that's very thoughtful that you would leave as like you are thinking of. There are these writing prompts. And so you write and then you gift your writing to your loved one, whether it's your son, whether it's your child. Because that spoken word, it may not mean much to you when you first write it or when you first read it, but put some time on it. Which is after my father passed, I created the journal because it made me think of him and his words.
okay, good. And that's good what you said too about, you read it the first time, it may not mean the same thing to you, but as life goes on, you reread it, and then the words take root, or they even find new meaning sometimes. So that's good that you
Absolutely.
said that.
Hmm.
Well, this is food mostly, so we got to
Okay.
talk about the issue.
All right.
All right. So, do you think that obesity is a problem in our society? And if you do, what do you think we can do to address the issue? Or if you don't, could you explain why you think it's not an issue?
Okay. So that question I kept just mulling over. And yes, it is in our society. But you know what, Larissa? I think a lot of it is learned behavior.
Mhm.
That everything with our world, is after we do something, we have to top it off with something to eat. I'm getting ready to go to work. I need to eat. I come back home. I need to eat. I just had a baby. I need to eat. Somebody just died. We need to eat. After everything, we need to eat.
Right.
and the things that we eat. And I also thought about church. We know each other from being at church. And so those late night churches, church meetings, after church, you need to eat, you know, and then the stuff that we're putting in our body. So even when we look around church, we see a lot of obesity. Um, the macaroni and cheese, if you go to somebody's house, especially if it's a black family, there's going to be some macaroni and cheese there. You better not mess up the potato salad. There's going to be something fried, and we learned how to fry the macaroni. You know what I mean? So we have all this butter, all this grease, all of this, and then we're wondering why people are dying early. And I think that one of the things that you said on one of your podcasts that I thought was just great is that you can still eat and be satisfied without eating the things that we grew up eating that was our norm. And
Mm,
so I think that we can change our own narrative. So like even as a mom, I'm not perfect at this yet, especially with the 12 and I have to think about their ages, but 12 and 9-year old,
mhm,
um, what to put in their bodies, what to put in my own body, really, um, to retrain or change my relationship with food.
mhm,
You know what I mean?
mhm,
So, um, and even changing our relationship, like one of the things that I've been talking about in the podcast that I do is changing our relationship with how we communicate. And
mhm.
so that communication, even with food, um, needs to change.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely. That is very good insight that you provided right there because it is a relationship and it's actually a relationship that kind of takes over our lives because you like you said, it's in everything that we do. It's like
mhm,
almost like you can't have a happy moment without having some food there. It's like
mhm,
it kind of makes the moment better. I mean, it is not a good thing for us because of the outcomes on our bodies, but it's so good in the moment.
mhm,
So yeah,
absolutely.
thank you for providing that insight. Next question. What are some methods or activities that you incorporate into your life for self-care, whether that's mentally, physically, spiritually? Just how does Angela take care of Angela?
Angela had to do some changes. So one of the things that um, I have done, like over the past few years, and I don't remember exactly when I started doing this, but I don't eat a lot of meat.
Hmm.
Like I do seafood, but mostly my diet is like vegetables and stuff, and I do seafood. So I cut out a lot of fried foods and meat, in particular, like beef, pork, ham, all the like. I don't eat all those things, and I honestly have felt a lot better since doing that. Um, Another thing that I've been doing is I've been trying to incorporate walking. And so last month I was on this 30-day challenge. It was a fit challenge, and so in this challenge you could either you know um, pay attention to how you're sleeping, pay attention to how you're eating, pay attention to your body movement. And so what I decided to do was to move. So that moving for me was walking, but also moving in purpose. And so what I started doing was this challenge where I was walking and giving encouragement at the same time. So I was walking and shooting a video. So almost almost the whole 30 days I did a video, and it was like an encouragement type of video while I was walking.
And
So,
it's good that you said that too, because you said you're walking with a purpose, walking in purpose, walking for a purpose,
mhm,
with the walking and encouragement. Because I think that is kind of what this is for me. Is like I'm a whole person, so I'm not just talking about money. I'm not just talking about food. I'm talking about wellness and like my well being. My mental state, my physical state. So it's all of those things. So it's
mhm,
really good that you said that.
yeah. And the
Okay.
stuff that you put in your body can also affect that wellness. You know what I mean? So if I've eaten something because I'm stressed, it'll affect, especially at this point, it'll affect how I feel. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So if I may have wanted to eat some ice cream, but then after I eat it, I'm gauging myself. How do I feel after that? And a lot of times I don't feel good after I've eaten. It's like every
That's fine. Don't worry about it. This just tone it. This is live. This is live. You're in a car. Why wouldn't we expect to hear noises?
It was quiet when I got here. I'm just telling you.
No, if you look at the video that I put up last night, there's all kinds of noises throughout that video. So do not worry about it. Nope, this is real life.
In real life.
Right. All right. So, I remember some things about you, but I'm gonna ask you this question, let you answer now for yourself because
Sure.
the person that you were then is definitely not the person that you are now. So,
Hmm.
what are your comfort foods? The things that you go to, those things that you just can't seem to put down.
You know what? I don't know what it was then, but French fries and I have
Hmm.
to break up. Crispy French fry. And so we have to change our relationship. And and I started going to Kava because Kava has like these healthy choices, right? But one day I saw someone with these little fried pita chips, and I was like, huh, let me try that. So now the pita chips and I, we need to change our relationship because we're getting a little bit too tight and a little bit too comfortable with one another. So so that's two of the ones that
French
yeah.
fries and fried pita chips.
Oh yes, the pita chips. I'm not sure what they fry 'em in, but you know what makes it even more challenging too is that when you go somewhere and you're looking for because I'm not eating meat
Mhm.
and you're looking for an option on the menu and sometimes there may be a salad option if you're in the mood for a salad, but sometimes french fries are the option. And so you're just trying to get something real quick if you haven't prepared, you know? And so it's like, well, okay, okay. So,
Since my arm is twisted, let me go ahead and
mhm,
get the french fries,
go ahead
please.
and get these and make them extra crispy.
Okay. So, Angela, what parting words do you have for the people? What message would you just want anybody that comes into contact with Angela? If you could just leave something with somebody, what would you say?
You know what? So I started this with saying that in this season of my life, I feel more of an encourager.
Mm,
I'm seeing and we're all seeing crime is on the rise, mental health. I just lost my brother, to suicide.
mm,
Um, Mental health issues are on the rise. And a lot of this, I'm not saying all of this, but a lot of these things stem from home.
mm,
How are we talking to each other? It all goes back to that communication piece. We were talking about the communication we have with food, but here lately, I've been talking about how we communicate with one another,
mhm,
right? You can be the wisest person in the world, but if the way you say things has a nasty sting to it, nobody can hear you,
right.
right? And so, if I were to say anything, I would say practice empathy. Empathy meaning treat people is the golden rule. Treat people the way you would want to be treated. And so if someone were giving you information or trying to course correct you in a way, would you want them to be yelling? Would you want them to tell you with the neck rolling?
Mhm,
Probably not,
right.
right? And so whether you're talking to a 2-year-old or a 102-year-old, watch how you say things. Watch your words because even though it's a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, that spirit, that soul in that person doesn't have an age. And
Mhm,
so those words will stay with them. They may not even know exactly what those words were, but negative words or not feeling affirmed or, you'll never be anything, or you're just fat, or you're just.
mhm,
Those things stay with you, and people have to get therapy or get desensitized because of the words that people have spoken over them. So
mhm,
watch your words. And I would also say, tell those people in your life that you love them. Put an
mhm,
arm around them, a arm that is a non-sexual love
mhm,
arm around those people that you love, and let them know that you love them because first they need to hear it, and secondly because life is fleeting. It is but a moment.
mhm,
People are dying every day and we die or people leave us for whatever reason and we say we should have said this. I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have said this. Let those people know that you care about them.
Right.
So that's what I would say.
Thank you. Very, very touching word, and you shared a lot right there. So don't think that anything that you said was overlooked. I'm just not talking
Sure.
about
Absolutely. Absolutely.
it.
I know you.
All right. So, where can people find you online?
Okay. Well, there's a few different avenues. If you do Instagram as Brown Angel Chats, YouTube, you can also find videos on Brown Angel Chats on YouTube. Um, I think those are the best two. I'm also on TikTok, the same handle, but you can find like the complete videos on Brown Angel Tech Chats on YouTube as well as um, Instagram, I think, but and TikTok.
You said,
So
I think.
yeah,
Instagram.
but Brown Angel Chats, and then the books are on Amazon under Angela Brown Alexander, and also brownaangelbooks.com.
Okay, good. Well, thank you for joining us today. I really
It's
appreciate you.
pleasure, absolute pleasure. And I just have to say publicly, I am so proud of you in this journey.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that.